on you guys. My name is Josh. You might know me from the Harry Tornado YouTube channel, and I'm here doing a live stream tonight. Kind of excited. Kind of got some butterflies in my stomach. We've got an exciting show lined up for you guys, and yeah. Do you want?
Josh, this was supposed to be Patdees' show, not Harry Tornado's show.
Patdees. That's right. We're on the wrong YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on our first guest, Patdees.
I give you the keys to the channel and you take over.
I did my best.
I said I would help you get to 300 subs and come on.
I can't help it. When I get behind the camera, it's like a monster takes over me.
That's it. Between YouTube and reselling. I mean, hey, I've asked you for advice, so you gotta help me out. So, you know.
That's right.
I've been talking, if anyone doesn't know, I've been talking with Josh actually over the last 2 years. I remember when I started following him at, what was it, about 5,000 subs.
It's been a while. You were one of the first people I shout out Landshark Picker. You and him and a bunch of people were like the first people I really connected with in the reselling community. Obviously, that community is much larger now. And Hayley, you probably don't remember them because you were still working back in the day. But
right.
Yeah, you've definitely been around for a long time, much longer than I have.
Well, I've been doing YouTube for the past 3 years and really, wanting to kind of search for a business for health reasons, having closed my restaurant. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I had been selling on eBay since '98. And, and it's funny because I stumbled across you. I'd seen you going into some chats, doing super chats and kind of saying hello and participating even in a couple fundraising efforts that people have done. And I'm like, oh, this guy's a nice guy. But and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know. I kind of took some time off because I was busy with COVID. And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, he's at 30,000 subs. And here we are 2 years later, and you're almost hitting 300,000 subs. I joked last month. I see Rachel's in the chat. I had her on in January, and
hey, Rachel.
I had Rally Roots on last month, and I always joke to them that they were the Michael Jackson, and now I feel like you're the Prince of you're in that status.
I think I'd rather be the Zach Brown band.
Zach Brown. Okay. Well, is he big? I don't
Chris
know.
Stapleton. Can we do that?
You can do whatever you want. I mean, you grow the beard in longer and get it a little gray. You can be more like the new Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Hayley, you know who Kenny Rogers is?
I don't think so.
You gotta know who Kenny Rogers is.
Yeah. I'm teasing because I do watch. I know a lot of people. I don't watch other resellers, and a lot of people openly admit that. But I did watch you put a light bulb in the other day, and call yourself Tim Allen, and she's like, Tim Allen,
the Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, yeah. So I'm like not quite 5 years, like 4 years and 11 months older than you, something like that. And that's not a huge gap, but there is like a slight generation. I was born in 90. She was born in 95, right?
Yeah. Well, I grew up with like no TV or anything, so I don't understand a lot of pop culture references.
Yeah.
It was a good show. And Tim Allen is the voice of Buzz
Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Fun fact, after we made that video, I got really nostalgic about Home Improvement. I wanted to watch the show again. So we searched for it, but it's not available anywhere. We had to like buy season 1 on like Amazon or something for like $15. Luckily, Hayley let me make that purchase. We've been watching.
And I'm gonna make a note about that. It's funny that you say that, because about a year ago we were into Walmart, and a lot of times my kids. It's funny because I have a 32-year-old son. I was a young father, and I have a 21-year-old son, and they always say, "Oh, we don't know what to buy, Dad. We don't know what to buy, Dad." And I said I would like Home Improvement, and it came around Christmas time, and I couldn't remember what the DVD was. I said, and I never got it, but I always thought that was a great, funny show. So real quick, hey, Rachel, thank you for the $5 super chat. We're going to talk to Josh and Hayley about YouTube, whatever they want to share personally, whatever we're going to talk about eBay. I mean, this couple's so well-rounded but we only got them for an hour. So if anyone wants to ask questions, real quick, let me say hello to the Texas Bandit. Let me put my pants back on. Looks like you have company. Yeah, Phil. And Phil, I said I was going to send you a T-shirt. You still haven't emailed me yet. Craig Lanchard, I heard Josh needs some subs. I used to own Subway, though, but those are the kind of subs we don't give out. Drew, thank you for stopping by. And you guys, hey, thanks, Drew and Rachel, for being so kind to mention me even on Instagram. They went live probably about 15 minutes prior, and I appreciate them even, mentioning me.
I love how Drew's picture is that picture that the Hoogs drew of him. That's funny.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, thanks for, hey, T, auctions for you. Thank you. I know that you guys, T is a friend of mine. She has auctions for you channel. She actually flew home. She moved to South Carolina now. She lives down your way.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how far. She just moved from Long Island to South Carolina. Another friend of mine, Brian, Mr. Buys-A-Lot, moved to South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so everybody's moving to South Carolina except Patdees. Patdees wants to move to well, wait, I'm calling myself like third person. Patdees, do you call yourself Harry Tornado when you're out?
I try not to. To. Since the therapy kicked in, I've avoided that.
Yeah. Well, I got chewed out for not getting Hayley's name right when I posted it in the group. Yeah, because I put Hailey, and then I had to go back and correct myself.
It's not your fault. There's like 35 different ways to spell Hayley.
Yeah, so I apologize for. I'm learning, and I'm trying to take advice from Josh without hopefully not getting invoiced. We're gonna give away 2 shirts tonight. If anyone paid attention, this is the Patdees shirt that and really I made these like 2 months ago, but we always, when we have a guest on, we give away a shirt in the chat, and somebody was supposed to comment on a video the other day, and I said we'll do a live and we'll give that out. Just say, hey, thanks for coming by. Franklin Hill Ventures, thank you for I can do this because there's only 35 people, not like when Josh goes live he's got like 1,500. He can't say 1,500 hellos. Believable blessings, thank you for stopping by, and always thank you for commenting on my post on Instagram. So why don't you guys real quick tell everybody knows who you are, but just tell them who you are and what you're doing, and just a quick 10-second intro.
Yeah, I do want to there was a comment, somebody Amy Lee said no crush on JTT. Not only does Hayley not have a crush on JTT, I guarantee she doesn't know who that is.
Well, I didn't address it because I didn't know what it meant.
It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He was one of the kids on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
he was a big actor, but and Rachel was like, my sister and I had a crush on JTT. He was like, like when he got older as like a teenager, the girls started having crushes on him, and this was in like late 90s, early 2000s probably. And but I was like, Hayley has no idea who JTT is.
Even I think Pam Anderson, wasn't Pam Anderson on that for a while?
I don't know about that.
I think she was the lady there for a while that
on Home Improvement.
Yeah, there was like a cute lady down there that was sort of helping in the tool shed or on the because they were doing their own show. They were sort of like, he was real, but he's sort of like sort of like you. You're a reseller and you're doing, sort of the same type thing.
Probably.
Yeah. So little kids growing up now, 20 years from now, I don't know if they'll know who, Harry Tornado is.
There's some old has-been by then.
Yeah, see, go ahead, Josh.
So one day we'll be old has-beens, but right now I'm Josh. This is my wife
I'm Hayley.
and we're YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber. Haley's a reseller, and we make videos about reselling. You're a YouTuber too, though. You've made your own videos. It's weird. You can call us a reseller if you want. You can call us YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I started the YouTube channel like just over 3 years ago. Hayley joined me full time like 9 months ago, something like that. And yeah,
great.
I imagine most people probably know us.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I can't watch every reseller, but I was big on Amazon like 2 years ago, and I made the mistake of not focusing enough time on eBay. And as I watch your post, and you're a perfect example, and even doing YouTube, that if you want to be successful in this, you really should be watching people that are doing it right, and you're doing it right. When Hayley had quit her job to 1987 Ventures Trace, never heard of you guys. I apologize. So please go over and sub to Josh, and they 300. They're getting close. What did you think that Hayley made the difference as far as YouTube? Like even like you saw like that explosion. Like I'm trying to figure out, and I wanted to ask you this on the show, and we didn't talk about no questions prior to the show. We were actually just talking about what we wanted to do, and what chat about but we didn't talk about no questions. What was that moment as far as YouTube that you're like, wow? Like all of a sudden, like you turn something on, and like in a week you'd gain 10,000 subscribers.
I don't know if we've ever gained that many that fast. I mean, like the first big push was the Goodwill pallets, like back in 2020, and then the Amazon return stores were doing really well for us, for like October through like December of 2020, and then it kind of leveled off, and then Hayley joined, and then that was like a big surge. It wasn't like instant, but that was just like when our views started increasing and like staying high steadily. So now I think we average like almost 100,000 views per video. After like 30 days, like within the first 30 days, about 100,000 views.
And you're doing, and you're feeding it, so you're doing great.
Three videos a week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you remember, because I'm one that I try not to be too pushy, and I know that you get overwhelmed with being this. Look, you have a business to run, you have a household to run, you have a YouTube channel to run, and I always appreciative that every time I've messaged you, you've messaged me the same day, and I thank you, because I know a lot of times people basically will message. I've had it with me, and they don't want to do the work, or they don't want to listen. And I took advice that you said, about 4 or 5 months ago, and I like niched down. I deleted a lot of personal videos that weren't related to reselling. Yeah. And, that was the mistake that I made. Now, as you get bigger, you can get away with a little bit more, kind of showing a little bit of personal side. But if you're doing reselling, it's just got to be reselling, related. And I like that Hayley in the videos it's, you guys are so cute together. She's smiling. It's like you're not even having. She's just natural fit with you, that that you could see that the genuine love for each other, and it's just coming through, and you guys are having a good time doing it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I really, and I can see the appeal of, because there's women that they want to be resellers, they want to be entrepreneurs. So, and then there's guys obviously that like Hayley. There's people that like the couple aspect, and I think hey, Joey Bada Bing.
Lovebirds.
Let's go. And I had Joey on my show early, and when he first started YouTube. What a nice kid.
Nice.
I like Joey. Me and Joey have talked personally, and we did a 2-part. And I just think what you're doing, and you're even, and people can, they're YouTubers, but you're kicking ass even being reselling. I mean,
it's like I talked about in our video today. Obviously, when you have a YouTube channel with almost 300,000 people, like that is a huge advantage. There's a difference between an advantage in business and an unfair advantage, and like obviously that's a huge advantage. But there's been a lot of work. I've worked for over 3 years to build that audience, so it's not unfair. but it can sometimes seem that way. So in today's video, I was trying to address that a little bit. Like, I mean,
well, that's how transparent you are. I mean,
yeah, but the last thing I want to do is like I would never purposely mislead somebody, but people can, like, when I first started reselling, I found Rally Roots videos and I was like, okay, they're picking up Tommy Bahama shirts for $4.75 and selling them for $25. Like, I can do that. So I went to the Goodwill and bought a bunch of Tommy Bahama shirts, and they just sat and sat and sat. And it's not because their info was wrong. I was watching videos that were like 8 or 10 months old, and they had an eBay store with like, probably thousands of followers and a YouTube channel. When I first found them, they were at like 60,000 subscribers or something.
That's about when I found them. Yep.
Yeah. So you just have to take that into account when you're watching reselling videos on YouTube. Like our video today, we've already sold the Squishmallow. We've sold what a bunch of stuff. We sold the Ghost Blow Mold. Like more than half the stuff.
How about those blank VHS?
Yes, we sold some blank VHS to you. Shout out you.
Whoa. That's you. Oh, come. You weren't supposed to tell them I'm buying blank VHS.
You gotta put them with those VCRs you're selling or something.
No, honestly, the price was so good. A lot of times I'll flip those right on Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna put them on Amazon, and for some reason, I like my credit card something changed, and I can't figure out how to log back into Amazon. I don't know. I just gave.
Well, you know what I do sometimes is it took me 6 months to get monetized, and I'm slow though. I gain about 1,000 subs a year, and I realized I need to do a better job and stay more focused. But a lot of times I give all my super chats away and I do it either by super chatting other people or buying auctions and buying stuff. It's like you guys, I support your store, and I'll turn around, I'll make $10. Am I going to get rich on that? No. But this is one of the reasons why I like doing this show, is to network and being the traveling picker. Now people say, "Oh, Pat, where do you travel?" Well, people that I've been on the road, and last year I did 26,000 miles. The year before I did 23,000 miles. I've probably met about 45 other resellers / YouTubers in person, and I enjoy that. I guess when I first started reselling, I was like, do I want to show all this on video? And I didn't realize that people kind of want to learn, how you're doing or what you're doing. I sort of wanted to kind of show a little bit more of a personal vlog side, and people were kind of finding me and just didn't, well, what's this channel about? Where you're clear cut is everything's reselling related.
Yeah, I mean, there's almost like a transition that happens. So like when you first start out, I think it's a good idea to make content that people are searching for. So if I were starting a YouTube channel today about reselling, I would make a bunch of how-to videos, how to change your handling time, how to ship this, how to ship that, how to find this on eBay, like make 400 videos answering every question somebody could possibly have. And then people will search for those questions because they'll see something on a bigger YouTube channel and then it isn't answered in that video. And I usually tell people like, hey, instead of asking me in my Instagram DMs the same questions every day, 5 times a day, why don't you just Google it? I love you so much, but Google it. There's probably somebody, a smaller YouTube channel that's answered the question in a full-length YouTube video that goes way more in depth than I could through an Instagram message. And that will give this some exposure. If they have a good personality behind it, that's how they build an audience. But then there's like the transition. Like now, if we made a video called how to ship shoes on eBay or something like that, it would be 10 of 10 for us. It would be a terrible video in terms of views for us because our audience is almost, I think, almost not interested in seeing us resell. I think they're more interested in just us at this point. Like with the video the other day with the light bulb, like that was just a small part of that video with a much larger like reselling aspect. But the vast majority of comments on the video were talking about how entertaining the light bulb was and how
many tornadoes does it take to change
a light bulb.
Yeah, and a lesson I took from it was never beat a dead horse.
Never beat a dead horse.
That's what you said. So
exactly.
You ever do videos and you don't even realize sometimes what you said, and you go, what is he talking about? And you go back, oh yeah. People are watch the videos and like intense. I mean, there you are, offering the mailman $20 to throw a disc into the.
Luckily he missed.
Hit the house.
$20.
He did almost hit our house. I didn't realize he was that bad.
Well, it was lucky he was a good sport about it too. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of know the answer, but what came first, YouTube or reselling?
Actually, YouTube. I started the YouTube channel like September of 2018, and I started reselling on Halloween of 2018. So they're very close. But I didn't start making reselling YouTube videos until February of 2019.
And you did you had another channel, you did other things in the past, or like I'm friends with the Jeebuses and they tried like 5 or 6 different ideas before they really got onto doing storage units.
Yeah. I have another YouTube channel that I used to do like music on. You talked about that a little bit before, so I don't know if you, I mean, you know about it, but
well, yeah, I do. And plus I remembered honestly when you would go live, now you have the Funko Pops, but you used to have guitars in the background.
Mhm.
So I remember a group of us kind of chatting in the back, and you're starting to see like Josh grow, and the guy plays music, and I honestly I wasn't watching every video. So I mean, there obviously people know that you play the guitar and stuff, and that was an appeal to people that you have a talent. You know what I mean? You're not just going out buying. Hey T, thank you. Auctions for you. Pat has traveled to me, help us move inventory. Yep, I traveled to Long Island twice and Pennsylvania and help. So it's good to meet up with friends. I was watching you guys go to the Goodwill the other day, and that guy goes, "Harry Tornado, yeah, man." I was like, today I walked in, and I haven't had this happen in a while. I walked into my local Salvation Army, and about 3 weeks ago, I had a little bit of an issue because there was no price. So they don't have no price; they won't sell it to you.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "YouTube," and I'm like, "Yeah." And at first I was like, and he goes, "Oh, I watch you." And I said, "Yeah, Patdees." Yeah. I said, "Well, I'm gonna have Harry Tornado on tonight." He goes, "Oh, okay, I'll watch." So I mean, a lot of people know who you guys are.
It's only in like thrift stores and like maybe the flea market. I mean, I can count on one hand how many times we've been recognized outside of that environment. We did get recognized at Disney World twice when we went to Disney World a couple months ago. That was really cool. But yeah, pretty much every time we go to a thrift store, somebody recognizes us. Usually the employees.
So I'm sure this question's been asked before. How did you come up with the name?
Do you want to answer? Because you know the answer and you haven't said anything.
No, you can say it. It's your story.
It was just my nickname in college. I'm very hairy person, and our apartment. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 guys, so it was very messy all the time, like a tornado.
Oh, okay.
So, Harry Tornado was my nickname / gamer tag on Xbox.
But it's a unique neat name. I mean, I'm friends with Taco Stacks, and his came up from the same thing from college.
Yeah,
and his buddies were calling it, and
it's just everybody these days is picker or flipper, and it's like, who posted that video the other day? Was it Cincinnati picker or Philly flipper or Florida flipper or Tennessee picker? It just all just blends together, and I mean, I think it's important to have a name that like is easy to remember and unique. Something that people can easily spell if they remember it, but they can't spell it. That's a problem. And pickers and flippers it's a good name to tell people what you do, but it's just kind of played out in my opinion.
Well, that, honestly, when I first started out, I was Patdees 72. Mm-hmm. And 72 was the year I was born. And because I like to talk about the market, 72, there's a rule of 72, how long it takes to double your money. So and it was part of my email. So I'm like, but people were like, well, is it 73? Is it 74? Is it like, so I was kind of like, they were kind of, so I took the 72 off. But then I kind of ran into the problem that, even though I like David Letterman, I'm like, well, David Letterman's been around 30 years to establish like what is Patdees? And then I realized that, in the behind the scenes, I was using the traveling picker, but I think people kind of like, well, what's the channel about? I mean, you're kind of like what's Harry Tornado about? Now you're so established, they know what you do. But I mean, that was kind of brave in the beginning to go with Harry Tornado because what does that mean? As far as what the channel content, is. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
why a lot of people on their channels pick Picker or Flipper or you know, or those types of things.
Yeah, I don't think a name matters that much as long as it's easy to remember and it's easy to spell. Like, I mean, Taco Stacks, I mean, he's one of the biggest reselling channels, and that has nothing to do with the reselling.
No.
Yeah, there's Bia Heza. This guy, that's on the brink of being a bad name, but it's like BIAHEZA, and he makes like finance and like some flipping videos and stuff. His videos are really good, but that's like that name has nothing to do with flipping or finance. So just a like if you're ever like if you see somebody's name and you struggle to pronounce it, that is not a good name for social media.
I agree. I have a friend. She used to go by the name of Borderline Hoarderish, and we got talking. And she on Instagram she went by the Life of Kimberly. I said people can't spell Hoarderish, and she changed it now. But
I remember that. I remember
yeah,
that.
and I'm really
our friend, you know, Nick Woolsey. He helped me film the 100,000 subscriber video. His name on YouTube used to be Nicholas Woolsey, which is like, how do you spell Nicholas? Is it CHK, whatever, Woolsey, whatever? His last name was like WOOLSEY or something. And I never told him, but I was like, I think that's a bad name. Like that's hard to spell. And he recently changed his name to Flip Nick, which is 1,000 times better. So
right.
Nick, watching this, good move. That was a great move.
Would you be offended if tomorrow I went with Harry Patdees?
Harry Patdees. You could do whatever you want, man.
Or the Gorilla. Yeah, I mean, I'm
That's
just
actually a really good name, the Gorilla. I love it.
Yeah. I joke because behind the scenes, Kimmy will tell me I'm her gorilla, you know, because you always try to associate a man with some kind of animal. And
yeah,
you know, Mama Bod's always right. If you know tech, you must know paper news. Renee looked at that Grand Canyon book Josh posted in the video today, so I'm not sure. Silver-haired stacker Todd. Thank you for what's up.
Well, I just we saw a comment from Franklin Hill Ventures. I love this. He says, I didn't recognize Hayley and Josh at the reseller convention. I was YouTube sheltered. They were so down to earth and nice. I had no idea they were YouTube celebrities until later. Aww. And it was like, we tried like really hard to, you know, like our main goal is to like stay humble, stay grounded, like stay who we were. Cause that's why we're successful. Cause people like who we are. And at the reseller convention, it was funny because we can like sometimes see, even at thrift stores now, we'll see people like kind of like are looking at us. I'm like, do I have a booger like in the flea market or do they recognize us? So it's like, it's weird because I don't want to be like, oh, do you recognize us from YouTube? Like, do you want to take a picture or something? But at the same time, I don't want people to be like nervous about meeting us. You know?
How do you handle that, Josh?
I'm asking. I don't know. What are we supposed to do?
No, but I mean, personally, like if I came up, now you know me and it's unfair for me. I mean, because you got people out there that are viewers and people that are YouTubers. YouTubers, there's usually a little bit of like, oh yeah, no, hey, what's up? But a stranger comes up to you, it's always, I had someone approach me. We were at an estate sale one time, me and two others, but this lady does reselling and goes on lives once in a while. And and sometimes the way they approach it, like, I know you. And I'm like, my heart's beating like, okay. Cause I used to be in the restaurant business. So I'm thinking, oh my God, yeah. From that. So, I mean, are you, you're not taken back. You don't mind taking pictures with people?
No, I love it. I
love meeting
people. Like, I think it's just weird. Cause like I don't want people to be nervous about meeting us. Like I want to take pictures of people. And sometimes people it's just so weird thinking that there are people in the world that are nervous to meet us because like we're just people. Like I'm just at the flea market, like Hayley saw somebody the other day, some little kid like saw us at the flea market and like tapped his dad on the leg or whatever. He's like, yeah, that's them. I'm like, just say, hey, like, don't be nervous.
Well,
but I don't want to be like, hello, we are Hayley and Josh from Harry Tornado. Who would like to meet us? Like, we can't do that. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, I get nervous before I start the show because, you want to, and had been talking to you. So I understand it too. Your YouTube's, look, we're all regular people, but, you are sort of the gold, right now, as far as reselling in YouTube and even, it was funny because I wanted to do something. I was listening to I wish I had the capabilities, but do you remember that song with Eminem, Stan? He basically,
You'll have to sing it for me.
Yeah, he talks about basically writing Eminem and he wouldn't respond. He wouldn't go on. So I wanted to do something like, I wrote Harry Tornado and he wouldn't respond. He wouldn't go on his, and I wanted to kind of make something out of that, but just didn't have time. But I want to do something that I kind of warned him a little bit, that he has a little bit of a music background. And I wanted to share this with the audience and
oh goodness,
the talent that Josh has. So enjoy the 4 or 5 minutes.
You took the heart from my chest, even though I confess with every breath just how much you meant to me. You're telling me to forget, you ain't coming back again. There is nothing that anyone can do or say. You say that it's no big deal. I wish that I could reveal the way I feel about you. 'Cause I'm losing my sanity when outside of time. I don't know what to do, 'cause I can't call you mine. You were the last thing that I wanted to lose. Baby, put yourself in my shoes. Can't give up on me, no, not that easily. Oh girl, why can't you see you're the one for me? Since you've been gone, I'm feeling so alone. Want you to come back home. Run to my arms. Losing my sanity when outside of time. Don't know what to do, 'cause I can't call you mine. You were the last thing that I wanted to lose. Baby, put yourself in my shoes. I want you to feel the way I feel. I want you to see the inside of me. Losing my sanity when outside of time. Don't know what to do, 'cause I can't call you mine. You were the last thing that I wanted to lose. Baby, put yourself in my shoes.
Here we go, John.
Uh,
Great job.
that song was recorded in a dorm room like 12 years ago.
I don't care, but you did a great job. And I wanted to share that, and I didn't. I just kind of warned you. Hey, do you mind if I talk about your music a little bit?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
You
It's
know?
not like I've got a whole channel of different songs that are still up there. If anybody wants to go
Yeah,
check them out.
I wanted to share that side. We're going to do real quick a T-shirt giveaway that I promised. Let me share the screen with the tab real quick, and then we're going to start talking a little bit about your eBay. So this is how it's done. This is the video that they were supposed to comment. Get YouTube comments.
Josh is like Ron Swanson and Duke Silver. Oh, that's good. That's a good
Whoa, Chris the Goose. How could that happen? He just gave a $20 super chat and he won the
Oh
T-shirt.
wow!
Wow, look at there.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're going to give another one away towards the end of the show. So, hey, Chris the Goose. Chris lives in Texas. is a good friend of mine, so I appreciate the $20 super chat, buddy. And that wasn't plan. I mean, obviously you saw that we used the website to pick the winner, and you know, I think he won one time before on it, so he just must have good luck coming on. And thanks for the new people that have coming out and subscribing. And these are the famous artist people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't drawn Josh and Hayley yet. Sometimes it's funny because we'll talk. I catch myself calling you Harry sometimes, and then I'm reminded by Home Alone when Harry, Harry, that movie is so. And that's an old movie. Hayley, you know what Home Alone is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get, we've talked a lot about YouTube, but let's really talk about reselling. One of the things I noticed when I was watching that YouTube video of yours, and I do watch it because we know about the light bulb and the $20 to the postman. It seems like, and maybe my perception is wrong, that you have a small area. Like, how many listings do you really have on eBay?
What, like 400?
A little less than 400.
Yeah, we just fell under 400.
Yeah.
Maybe like a week ago, like 390 something.
Yeah, I mean, so and your sell. I remember somebody kind of commented, and you comment that your sell rate is very, very high. Is there certain things that do you always have? I mean, I see you sell cheap things. Do you always have a goal in mind of certain things that you want to sell? Or you don't care what you sell as long as you make a profit?
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things we look for, things that we like have a knowledge of. But like I sold, I when I was in Utah, like hanging out with Tim Osborne to Thrift and Hustle at Home Mom last April, I bought this thing. I don't even know what it is. We already packed it up, but it sold.
You have it on your phone there?
Yeah, so we just shipped this to there we go. There we go. I got this at Deseret Industries with Tim Osborne to Thrift. This is something that I could see him picking this up. I think this was like $4. And it sold for $150 free shipping, and it only took since April. It took a long time to sell.
Oh, okay. Here's
that's something that obviously I don't specialize. Neither of us specialize in Bluetooth scanners, but just because we just see something like that and we'll look it up.
Right. 1987 Ventures, Tracy. Do you feel you'd be able to be full-time resellers without being on YouTube?
Yes, for a couple different reasons. I think the main thing is like we have very low overhead. We're debt free. We don't have. Neither of us are very materialistic. Hayley gets like one haircut a year.
That's true.
We just we could currently we could probably live on like $3,000 a month or so. Like not adjusting our lifestyle at all. Both of our cars are paid off. All of our student loans are paid off. So yes, we could. And obviously if we didn't have YouTube, I would have like another 30 to 40 hours per week to dedicate to helping Hayley with the reselling business, and we could make a lot more money.
Right. What did you do? What did you do before you were a reseller?
I was an insurance underwriter, and Hayley.
I always have a hard time explaining what I did before, but I was in like environmental science field. I worked in like water quality.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that is. I mean, having a restaurant, we used to have people that used to come out and test, things. So,
yeah.
I know what you mean.
She's very modest. She was the lab director for the county wastewater treatment facility.
Right. Yeah.
She was the top rung on the ladder.
T Auctions for you is, how do you liking the Whatnot app?
It's amazing. We love it.
Yeah, we really like it.
Yeah, it's you don't always like. Our first auction was really good. Like people were paying like crazy money just because they were wanting to support us. But even now we've done 4 or 5. We're probably going to do another one tomorrow night, and things are still selling for. A couple of like high-end T-shirts will sell for like 70 to 80% of market, and then like smaller items, like items that we could get $15 to $20 for on eBay, are selling for like 20 to 25. So it all balances out. We're trying to like Whatnot's a long-term sponsor of the channel now for the next 6 months. So they are financing some shopping trips for us. We can get some really good items to give away. So it's just cool. Like people can come out, hang out with us on like a live stream format, and buy some stuff to support the channel. And then we're probably going to do our giveaways. Like to enter the giveaway at the end of the stream, you have to buy something during the stream. So it's like a way to give back to people that are supporting us. And we could do some really good giveaways. We're trying to get like a PS5 or an Xbox Series X or something to give away. Just make it really fun for people. Obviously, Whatnot is different if you have a social media following versus not having a social media following. Right. But it's still a great app. You can buy stuff on there to flip. I mean, if you find like a weird auction at a weird time where the seller has really good items, but there's nobody in there, I mean, you can get some absolute steals. You can buy stuff. Drew, Profit Monster, she bought that Toon Squad champion jersey. So I guess like a week ago, I paid $1 for it, and it's probably worth like $100.
That's how it is sometimes, even with YouTube auctions. I'll sometimes lurk, and I got lucky watching friends of mine, Storage Stalker out in California, Alex and Liz, and bought a $125 Joe DiMaggio ball. Mm-hmm. I listed it $525 or best. I sold it within 30 minutes for $450.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, like I don't think it's the best place to sell like super high end items, only because it's an auction site. You got 30 seconds. Right. So if you have a T-shirt or whatever that's worth $1,000, you're probably not going to get $1,000 for it. So probably wouldn't recommend. Maybe give away stuff like that, and then try to make your money back on the smaller items. But it's super fun. We love it. I mean, like I said, we signed a 6-month deal with them, so we believe in the company. I said on Instagram the other day, I almost wanted to ask for stock in the company instead of cash for the sponsorship, just because I believe in it so much. So it's awesome.
Michael Sams from the Storage Brats, $5. Thank you for. I'm seeing, Josh and Hayley. I really appreciate it because I'm seeing some new people, and I hope they get a chance. They'll check out my channel and yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, Josh and you guys don't go on a lot of, you kind of hang out with your own, Joey and you sort of only hang out with the small. So I really appreciate you saying yes.
We get asked a lot. Like it's so crazy because the people that like don't even follow me on Instagram will send me a message and ask me to be on their podcast or whatever. I'm like, you don't even follow me. I don't even know who you are. But like when you ask, I'm like, Patdees, yeah, like we've been talking for 3 years.
Yeah, you remember when the videos had the guitars on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been
for your friends.
Well, Josh kind of said something early that he kind of established himself, that he said he was willing to go on people's channel, but the channel themselves should establish, not sort of come along for 2 weeks and then leave. I don't know if you remember that conversation. I watched you one time, and that kind of stuck into my head. And I really, when I wanted people to come on, I didn't want to, like, I don't ever ask anybody that I meet like in a week. I watch them, I start an interaction, and I want them to, because I take this serious. And
look at there's a channel, I think his name is Jeff, eBay Addicts. Yeah. And he has interviewed every single reseller you could possibly think of. He has booked an interview. And to be completely honest, he's not like the most charismatic person in the world, but he's able to book these people for interviews because he comments on pretty much every single video. Hey, just something simple like, hey, great video. Enjoyed this part of the video. I don't know how he has time to comment on everybody's video. Like every video we've ever posted, I'm pretty sure eBay Addicts has commented on it. So when he asked, I'm like, yeah, dude, you've watched and commented on like 200 videos. Yeah, I'll do an hour-long interview with you. And that's what if he didn't do that, nobody would agree to be on his show. It's because they've seen the support come before he asks. Right. And that's when they're much more likely to say yes.
Well, and my style, I try to, if you ever watch like David Letterman, it was more a little bit of a monologue, a little bit of chat, a little bit of personal, a little bit of music. And I mean, even when I had Rally Roots on last time, they were kind of shocked, but yet they enjoyed it because they said it was so laid back. It was one of the best that, that we did. And that's kind of, I want you to kind of go away from this and be like, hey, it's cool. If Pat ever comes down through South Carolina, it would be nice to, to meet up because, networking in the relationship of this is more important than really, I mean, I can make money without doing YouTube. I mean, I've been successful before, and I've been even successful being a reseller. But this honestly gets to be lonely as a reseller and not having no family. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you real quick. And I have a question I need to point out that I highlighted, but we didn't ask. But how is your family? I find doing YouTube, people don't understand it. My friends and family, and I don't have really many family. It's more on my wife's side, but they don't understand that, really what YouTubers do, or even reselling. If you tell them, yeah, I sell on eBay, yeah, he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
They just don't get it. How is it with your family?
Now things are great. I mean, obviously people have seen like the evidence of our success, just like when Hayley was quitting her job, we had to kind of explain like that we had thought through it a long time, because she had a good job with like good benefits. It was with the county, retirement, all that stuff. So like, you're going to quit that job to sell stuff on eBay and make
Well, I
YouTube
think
videos?
my family also knows who I am as a person and like trusts me to make the right decisions. But before that, like when it was just Josh, they were like, "Oh, Josh is, selling ads," or what was that? That was what Ed said at church.
Yeah,
right?
this guy at our church, he's like, he's still selling ads.
Selling
I'm like,
ads.
that's not what
So,
I'm doing.
Nobody
but
really
yep.
understood. But then once I said, "Hey, I'm doing this with him," they were like, "Okay, like we trust you, so we trust you that you're gonna do what you're gonna do,"
Yeah, and like I said, then people saw like evidence of our success, like saw how happy we were all the time, like the freedom. Like, what are you guys doing? We're playing disc golf at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like we can do whatever we want. Then we paid off our cars, and paid off our student loans, and it's just the haters and disbelievers, I guess, tend to fade away when they start seeing the evidence of your success.
Well,
when you first start out, like telling people you're going to make YouTube videos and sell stuff on eBay for a full-time job is often frowned upon.
Yeah.
Well, right, and you're more people. I remember when I was in the restaurant business, and there was a couple of negative people, and someone told me one time, "You're winning more over than you're losing. Don't worry about it." And you guys are obviously winning a huge audience over, and you just can't worry about. And that's part of I need to kind of not focus on people that are negative, and focus more on people that are positive, and like yourself. You guys, I watch you. You're so kind of compatible, and the way that you guys are, it's not like one's really quiet, one's really loud, and I watch your interaction together, and you guys are you're gonna keep growing, and you got to ride this. Have you guys started uploading on Facebook yet?
We were supposed to. We were working with a company called Jelly Smack.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Yep. And we had like a signed contract with them and everything, and then they just kind of backed out on it. They had like a part in the contract where they could back out at any time, and they just said they didn't think our channel would perform well on Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm like,
well, don't
you say, Jelly Smack.
Don't get discouraged, because I know someone that doesn't use them, and it does very well.
Yeah, Crazy Lamp Lady posts on Facebook, and she doesn't use. She does it herself, and she makes tons of money.
I told somebody 2 years ago about doing it when we had a private meeting, and they go, "Oh, that's interesting." And it's funny, here we are 2 years later, and there's two big channels that I know they're doing very well. It's amazing. And I wouldn't get these I have superstars on tonight, and I'm getting rewarded by new subscribers and super chats. So I really am appreciative of it.
Absolutely. We'll just take 50%. And call it even. Actually, there's 66%, and then YouTube gets 30. So I think you're left with like 3%.
Only if you write me a stand song about how I've been writing to you for 2 years, and and you wouldn't come through, and so if we can do that, and and then the next live we go maybe a year from now, we'll have that little skit pre-recorded.
Yeah. Exactly.
Real quick, Deborah DeArmond, super sticker, $10. Thank you very much. Michigan inspired reseller. Hey, reseller.
I
love the live.
Going to her wedding.
You went to her wedding?
We're going to her wedding. We met her and her husband
in Vegas,
in Las Vegas at the reseller convention, and they got married there at like in Vegas just randomly. Like they were engaged, but they decided to go ahead and get married there.
They don't need a video. I don't know them, but do they need someone to video it? I do that. I've done the Jeebuses.
I don't know. I'd ask her. She messaged or sent us an invitation to their actual wedding ceremony, and it's like the week before our reseller event in Charlotte. I'm like, you know what? We'll go. So we're going to be flying up to Michigan to go to their wedding the week before our event. But
it's amazing the people that we do meet though doing this. That's what I'm. I mean, I've met some great people, and I wouldn't meet you guys. I'm good friends with T Auctions for you, and Chris the Goose is in here. There's just a lot of people, and that's what I want to do. I want to keep doing, and I'm doing things a little different. I have a vision one day, Josh. I want to get a van like Taco Stacks, and I like to collect lunchboxes, and I want to make it look like a lunchbox, and it'll say the traveling picker Patdees. So when I'm out on the road and people are like, oh wow, look at that van, it'll be taking pictures alongside of it and checking out my YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, somebody asked, and if you want, how did you guys meet? The questions are going. So if you don't want to answer that's fine.
Oh no, yeah, we both worked at Chick-fil-A. Working.
Yep.
I met my wife working at Burger King, so see, we have another thing in common. I just can't get my wife to come on. She has a full-time job. I can't get her to come on screen with me half the time. She's too quiet, unless when I have the house filled with stuff. You got yours maintained in the garage. I got so much stuff to reach. Yeah,
it's everywhere.
It's all over. It's everywhere.
Well, it's like that one video that made me laugh is when someone was saying, "Oh, it's so convenient how you have everything right there," and then you made a video how you pulled some stuff out of the freezer, one behind the toilet, one up on the cat. I was like, I like that guy. I like that guy.
That was the first time I'd ever addressed a hate comment, I think. And
but you did it in
People
such
a
humor
today.
Yeah. You did it in such a humorous way that it just, because why do we, we take things so serious and, wow, who's this guy? Rich with a check mark.
Oh yeah. I think he comments on my videos.
Oh, well, hey, thanks for coming by. He has Mr. Beast's head. So I'm like, well, Jimmy lives in the Carolinas. I thought, well, maybe it's one of Mr. Beast, Jimmy's friends.
Maybe.
I met a guy that Malad, he was a fast YouTuber, and he did I met him in person, and because I used to own Subways, and did a video with him, and he went down and met Jimmy, and then I saw, didn't you do a video that you met him out there? He was in that conference.
Well, I saw him. I didn't.
Right.
I said hey, and he
said hey.
He didn't even say. He had been talking to people all day.
Yeah.
So when he was leaving, and I was like, "Hey, Jimmy," he's like, he just kind of made a noise in my direction.
Yeah. Oh, he's an upcoming reseller, but he's got a check mark by his name. I want to know how he gets that. Don't you got it? Isn't that like a verified type thing?
Yeah, if he's got a check mark, he has 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, like storage pirate.
But he's an up and coming reseller, so I imagine he has built his audience with some other form of content, and now he's getting into reselling.
Yeah. Now, Hayley, do you see yourself ever branching off and doing anything? I think I saw you answer this one time, but you're going to stick to doing videos with Josh, or you ever see yourself maybe trying to do it like a second channel and doing something?
I don't know. We've never really talked about it or anything. I just don't really think I have enough personality to carry a channel by myself. I guess people probably would disagree, but I feed off of other people's energy. And so Josh is a really uplifting, encouraging person. And I feed off of his energy. When I'm alone, I just I don't know what to do, if that makes sense.
How did you, now, do you guys have a plan when you go into these thrift stores? Do you, Josh, say to, well, I'm just gonna let Hayley kind of learn and make some mistakes, or are you the guy that is buying everything and she's kind of coming to you and saying this is worth, or are you allowing her to focus on new things that you never sold before?
She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I definitely did that in the beginning, because when I started, Josh was no clothing. I'm not doing clothing. And then when I was going into the thrift stores with him, he was immediately going to shoes and immediately going to hard goods. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go to the clothing section and see what I can find. And it's just kind of branched out from there. So there's things that I feel like I've taught you a little bit about clothing for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I kind of avoid women's I avoid women's clothing. It sounds funny the way, but I don't know. Obviously, that stuff. Have I bought jeans before in the past? Yes, but I don't know a lot of the brands and the fashions and stuff. Yard sales and dreams. I don't know if I missed your $4.99 super sticker, but thank you. And Courtney Bolo Buddies, I saw you come in. The chat's been flying so fast that I know I've been skipping people, so I apologize. But and are you niching on anything, guys?
I don't
Not
think so.
really. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. I know myself, I need to up my game, and I found a new Salvation Army tonight. I just got home like an hour before the show, and I was away at a doctor's appointment. I said, well, I'm going to check, and you know what? I'm glad I did, because shoes, I found like practically brand new shoes for a good price. And every time though, there's something I'm going to tell you right now, Josh. Every time I see a golf club, you come to mind.
It's about balance though, because we get some comments from people that's like, oh, here's another shoe and golf club video.
Golf clubs,
yeah. And I'm like, well, there's nothing else here. What do you want me to buy if all we find is shoes and golf clubs? So we try to like balance that out. Like sometimes if we have two videos that we've filmed so they're both kind of similar, we'll like try to film another video to like put it in between those to just kind of space things out, because we don't want to be known as the shoe and golf club people. We want to try to buy a little bit of everything just to not like limit our audience. I don't think I'll ever get into like glass figurines or like dolls or anything like that. Like people always say we're missing a lot of money on that. I'm sure they're correct, but I have no desire to pursue that.
Yeah, well, it's like Jocelyn, Crazy Lamp Lady. She's known for what? Glass.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I want to be known in the future for lunchboxes and old school wrestlers and baseball cards. But and I find that people will reach out to me now, and like I had a guy from Ohio reach out to me and sold me 40 lunchboxes for a good price. So I was kind of glad that that happened. Hayley and Josh sell art, painting, sculpture, etc.
Nope.
No. All right, we're getting down to the last 3 or 4 minutes. We're going to give one more T-shirt away to a viewer. So the first person, if they were paying attention at the half an hour mark when I played Josh's song, the album cover had his name, and there was a album cover name across the top. The first person in the chat that types that in will win the T-shirt.
That is a really good question.
He had. So I want to see how many people were just, were they paying attention?
What is the name of my album?
Yes, the name of the album. And it's not, here's a clue. It's not Harry Tornado.
I think Amy got it.
Yeah.
There's a spelling error, but I think she got it.
Yeah, she got it. Yeah, she got it. That's fine.
Congratulations.
Amy Lee.
So everybody got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Chicken Dance.
Todd Silverhaired Stacker put in Chicken Dance because he was married back in the 30s, so that's probably what I'm going to put in my email here. I want you guys to email me. Amy. I'll get 9 emails. Where's my shirt? And email me if anybody's interested in supporting Patdees and wants to go to thetravelingpicker.com and shameless plug, and you can buy your own T-shirt over there. I had a question I wanted to ask you real quick. How do you feel though? This is what I worry about now though. You've tied YouTube into reselling. Are you running into issues where you sold something, let's say for 150, or you buy something for 4, and the audience or somebody's reluctant in wanting to pay that, knowing that you've got, some people have a tendency to frown on somebody making money.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really run into it with items we flip. Like generally people are really willing to pay up for items. Like I mean, like in today's video, like the Squishmallow, we paid $2 for. Somebody paid like $20 for that plus shipping. We sold the Crocs from today's video. We sold the Ghost blow mold, everything for basically full retail or more than full retail. I do think people are really salty about making money in like a social media format. Like if you sell a course, or like with Rally Roots mentoring group, or if God forbid we were to start selling like YouTube courses or something, I'm sure we would have haters come out of the woodwork complaining about that. Even
Now,
though,
did you ever do a Patreon?
Like it, just don't buy it.
Did you do a Patreon one time?
I had a Patreon with 18 members,
Yeah,
and it lasted for 2 months, and then I canceled it. And
yeah, I tried
ended up losing money on it because
Yeah.
for like $20 a month, you got a T-shirt and
right.
all this. It was a mistake. But yeah, 18. Sorry, I truly, sincerely apologize to those 18 people that didn't get good value out of that.
Well, I mean, to be honest, if they got a T-shirt, $15. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I tried to do one with baseball cards at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, the pandemic hit, and I'm like, oh hell! And then somebody was kind of negative about it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I don't even care. I said I'm so busy with Amazon, I don't even care about the baseball cards at the time, you know. But do you guys look for single stitch T-shirts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hayley found a really sick Dale Earnhardt Jr. T-shirt today.
Yeah, I did. It's not single stitch, but it's vintage.
It's from what, 1999?
Yeah.
This will be on our Whatnot auction tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Or not tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 p.m.
Now, if they want to, here, let me highlight that. Hold on. If they want to, how do they go to Whatnot and type in Harry Tornado?
Yeah, just go to Whatnot. We have a link, a Whatnot link in the top line description of all of our YouTube videos.
Okay.
So say sign up for Whatnot here. And if you haven't signed up for Whatnot yet and you click that link, you get a $10 credit to use on your first purchase.
Okay.
So you just sign up, and there's a just search bar. You can search and then filter the search results to show users. And our name on there is Harry Tornado. And you can book. Their next event should be scheduled, I think. And you can bookmark it so it'll notify you when we go live. And then come check it out.
I have a shirt, the Ultimate Warrior from like 25 years ago. It was mine. I wore it once or twice, and I used to be big into wrestling and met the guys. It's $500 shirt on eBay right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really consider selling it because I'm going to Disney in October, and you know what? I'd rather, the shirt.
There's this guy at our church that he and his wife are like the biggest Disney fans ever. Like hardcore. Like they've been to every Disney park in the world. They have a timeshare at Disney. They go like, feels like 6 or 7 months out of the year they're at Disney. And they're older. They're probably late 60s, early 70s, maybe something like that. And last Sunday at church, I was like, do you have any like older Disney shirts from like the 80s or 90s? He's like, oh yeah, I got a ton of them. I was like, would you like to sell me some? I will buy them. He's like, I don't know about that. We really like our shirts. I'm like, well, some of them might be worth like thousands of dollars. So please let me know if you ever sell them.
Oh, Kendra, nice.
Oh, nice.
And
what did you get for it?
Yeah, thanks for the $5 super chat. That's very, very nice.
Kendra's awesome.
I think we bought that shirt for Whatnot. We're trying to like, again, with the Whatnot sponsorship, we have the like funding to buy stuff. So we're trying to buy shirts from people on Instagram, like supporting small sellers. And we also try to buy stuff on eBay. And that was a shirt we bought on eBay to sell on Whatnot. So I think that was like $40 on eBay. Oh, and 50. She sold it for a profit. So awesome.
Nice.
She won it for free and then sold it for $59. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I've been to Disney 12 times in the past 20 years. Wow. And I eventually want to work there. And I like to draw cartoons and stuff. So I actually have a Facebook page with 7,000 followers of a cartoon I created like 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so I like to do. I'd really like to find someone online that kind of, and network through that. So, all right, hey, I asked you for an hour. We're running over. You guys want to highlight anything that what's coming up that you want to besides your Whatnot auction?
Yeah, Whatnot's like an ongoing thing, so we're going to be talking about Whatnot a lot. But something we haven't announced on YouTube yet, which I'll tell you guys since.
Wait a minute, let me put you on big screen.
Big screen.
Ooh, big
I mean, you took over the show in the beginning, so
yeah.
I'm putting a website in the chat. Flipcon.net. Us and Phoenix Resale, our friend Caleb Phoenix Resale, are going to be hosting a reseller meetup / convention. I don't really know what you want to call it, but it'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina, August. I think it's the 24th through the 25th. It's like a Wednesday and Thursday in late August. So it might conflict with school schedules or something like that. But it's going to be really fun. You can sign up down below. We only have we have like 350 spots or so. It's like a 1.5 day event. You'll have like light refreshments and 2 drinks Wednesday night and like the unofficial meet and greet. And then Thursday, the full conference is going to be like 5 hours of panels and Q&As with like all these really top name resellers. We got Commonwealth Picker, us, Caleb. I think Retro Rick's going to be there. Chase After the Right Price.
Rural Squirrel is going. Kristen.
Rachel's
awesome, going.
Awesome. Rachel's going. We'll have Drew, Dalton, Joey. They're going to be there. Osborne of Thrift, Utah Bought and Gone, Hustle at Home Mom, Daily Refinement. Just hopefully, and those are just ones that have committed so far. Hopefully, once the event grows and we have more people, we can get even more of the big time guys in there, like maybe Cincinnati Picker, part-time pickers. A couple of those guys are still on the fence. So we'd love to have you guys sign up for that. It'll be really fun. To be honest, it's a little on the expensive side, but there is all 3 meals catered on the Thursday. Again, free food, free drinks on Wednesday night, and then 5 hours of panels. And you're definitely going to get your money's worth for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I think that's great. Networking and kind of making life fun. I tell you, I'm the type of guy, I'd want to be there kind of playing the music and just kind of, all right, guys, come on, Josh, get up here and maybe sing a song. And that's the kind of the things that I like to do. What month is this going to be?
It's been August. So we got 5 months.
I might be
tell
there.
the caterer the vegans are coming.
Rachel, we will have vegan options specifically for you. And
Peanut butter and jelly, $2 extra.
I tell you what, man, hotel food is super expensive.
So expensive.
It's like literally like 70% of the ticket cost is just food.
Right.
It's crazy.
All right. Hey, guys, I want to thank everyone for coming. I really want to thank Josh and Hayley, Hayley. I got it right. I got it wrong on their own channel before, but you guys hang a minute afterwards, and we're going to say goodbye to everybody. So thanks, everybody, and thanks for the people new subscribers, the super chats. I greatly appreciate it, and thanks to Josh and Hayley again. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yep.
That's right. You're damn right. I did that. 8 down, 8 profiles. You hear him? You hear him? He's trying to talk smack on me and Cletus. What are you talking about? That was the highlight of the show. He got a little haywire. I'm not going to let somebody take me out like that. Not going to happen. I'm never going away, Patdees. Matter of fact, this show's going to go into watching Patdees. We're going to watch Patdees videos. We're going to make fun of them the whole damn time.